here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average home defense wake-up call messenger that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, an event occurred yesterday to a close friend of mine. Lessons were learned. It was an attempted break-in, a deliberate attempt, multiple individuals. Lessons have been learned. I'm here to share their lessons learned and some changes that I've made to my deliberate steps at defending my home and preparing my home for the worst case scenario of somebody attempting to break in and do me harm. Okay, guys, some notes and some things will be left anonymous for a reason, obviously, but I feel like this is a good wake-up call / reminder for a lot of you where home defense maybe just isn't some internet niche topic where everyone wants to talk about their home defense build and everything. This is like, okay, it's a wake-up call from me to you that maybe me flying too close to the sun and getting burned will help wake up you or a buddy, and hey, maybe it's time to get serious about home defense, or maybe it's time for you to prepare a loved one. Maybe you know a female that lives alone or something, and they need to actually take the necessary steps to defending themselves. You guys see what I'm talking about? Okay. Before we get too far into it, guys, leave a home or house emoji down below, obviously directly relating to home defense. Patreon, $5 a month. You guys know the deal. If you want to support the channel, it's the only way the channel gets funded at all. Me sitting here talking to a camera is you, okay? So if you want to support me sitting here on a couch talking to a camera on a Monday night when I should be sleeping after work, then in the gym, okay, then consider becoming a member of the Patreon. I'll send you a link to the Discord server where everyone stays up late and argues about where you should, how you should do things for home defense. Okay, like I said, the attempted break-in was a deliberate attempt by masked individuals, and it was a planned event. Key lessons learned for the individual involved was having a white light. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but having a white light, because one, it's a deterrent. Two, it can positively identify what you are potentially about to ventilate, okay? There's all kinds of stories of people shooting family members that come home drunk or whatever. Make sure you have a white light. That's like the plain one that person learned. Having a gun, part number 2 for them, and then I'm going to get into some things that I've changed. Part number 2 for them was having a gun that gives you confidence. What I mean confidence, maybe, just maybe, having a Glock 19 for some individuals is not the most confidence-inspiring gun, whereas a rifle build like this would be more confidence-inspiring, okay? This thing has 77 grain OTM, and yes, the individual involved in this attempted break-in has since ordered a ton of 77 OTM. When I say a ton, they ordered like 100 rounds. For them, that's a ton. And that's what they're going to have staged and ready, okay, for the future. In a rifle, not a Glock 19, in a rifle that has a white light and a red dot, okay? So they have since upgraded. Literally today, they ordered all these. They ordered a red dot and a white light for their 16-inch rifle. I'm going to take them out and zero it. They have not got a sling yet. That's the next step. But they're upgrading. They're taking the necessary steps because I don't remember who said it, but if someone's going to kick down the door, would you rather go for the handgun or the rifle, right? Or the shotgun? Obviously, people are going to go for the gun that's easier to aim and get fast follow-up shots, and the bigger bullet is going to do more better, right? Okay, so those are some lessons learned for them. For me, for lessons learned for myself from their experience and being scared for them and legitimately worried is actually having a round, okay? Actually having a round in the chamber of the gun. I used to say, and some of you guys that are OG fans of the channel, remember I used to always encourage magazine in the gun, empty chamber, okay? Loaded magazine, empty chamber. The biggest reason I used to recommend that was when I used to not live alone. I was nervous about the wrong person, getting their hands on the gun and maybe not being comfortable, reducing the risk of a negligent discharge, etc. Maybe small children in your house, maybe if you have small children, obviously having a Glock 17 sitting on the table with a loaded chamber might be a bad day, okay? So for those of you with kids, any kids, you need to obviously take the necessary precautions in training them if they're even of age to understand, and acculturating or getting them into the rules of weapon safety and having them understand once they're of age to be able to learn those things, and make sure you don't make it taboo. Don't make guns a taboo, right? And I've talked about that ad nauseum, but I used to keep the chamber empty, mag in the gun. That was my advice. Not anymore, okay? For my situation, if there's a gun that's not in the safe, there's normally only one or two, right? Either one on my person or my home defense rifle, okay? That's what this one is serving as lately, ever since my ACOG got back. This is the gun that I shoot the most recently, as you've seen on the channel. And honestly, with 77 OTM out of a 16-inch barrel, a Surefire White Light, and an ACOG with a good Blue Force gear sling, you really can't go wrong. And 77 OTM, you really cannot go wrong with this build. The only thing better than this would maybe be a tiny bit shorter barrel with a suppressor, but fuck the NFA, right? Okay, so lessons learned for me are, everywhere I go in the house, I pretty much do this anyway, or did this anyway before, but this is the message I want to relay to you. Everywhere you go in your house, your gun should be within arm's reach, right? Roughly within arm's reach. The reason is the incident that occurred yesterday happened very quick. Dogs didn't even alert to it in time. Things happened very, very quick, like 13 seconds quick. So you need to have the gun in arm's reach. It needs to be loaded, and you need to have, dot brightness ready, batteries in the gun. Everything needs to be ready to go, even at 2 in the morning, okay? This doesn't mean be paranoid, but it means be prepared. That way you can live your life comfortably, not walking around paranoid all the time, but you can live your life comfortably knowing that the lighting outside is perfect, around your house. The cameras outside are good. Doors are locked. The car doors are locked. That's huge. You're not leaving guns unsecured in your car outside. I'll say that again. Don't leave guns in your car. That's stupid. That's how they get stolen. That's how you literally arm criminals, okay? But taking the necessary precautions and actually having the gun loaded is a major, major takeaway for me, okay? Last thing, just a reminder for you guys. The steps of home defense are not call 911, arm yourself, then stronghold. It's actually pretty much the opposite. Arm yourself, strong point, and then call 911. This isn't legal advice, but this is what's going to keep you alive. When someone's breaking down your door in 13 seconds, and cops are 5, 7, 10 minutes away, whatever, or sometimes a lot farther away, you're going to wish you would have followed the steps I just laid out, which is arm yourself, strong point yourself, and then call 911. But I guess in summary, guys, don't let home defense be this thing on the internet where you just go in comment sections and debate about things. Make it a reality. Hey, okay, in the event that this horrible thing happens where 3 or 4 or 5 people kick down your door at whatever time with the intentions of stealing, guns, drugs, or maybe they have other motivations for getting into your house, you need to be ready. And it doesn't need to be just some fairy tale possibility. It needs to be something that you're not worrying about, but it needs to be in the back of your mind. Okay, my gun's next to me, doors are locked, lights are on, cameras are activated, etc. Okay, it needs to be a deliberate thought process and a deliberate checklist that you go through every day, because in the world we live in, it's not just going to be 1 or 2 dudes. It's probably going to be a handful, and they're going to be yelling things like sheriff's department, police department, whatever, and they're going to be armed, okay? And they're not going to be the honest criminal. They're going to be the criminal that's trying to go all the way. We'll just put it like that. All right, guys, that pretty much sums up my home defense update / flying too close to the sun, getting a friend, I guess, and caught up to speed, if you will, for home defense, and actually making sure they are squared away. Because honestly, there's nothing worse. Even an attempted break-in, now in the back of your mind, you are now thinking, okay, are they going to return? It's victim syndrome, right? Are they going to return? Do they have your house? Are they watching your house? It's like this weird thing that's always present. So prepare now. That way, if it does ever happen to you, you and your family or whoever you live with are chilling, okay? You already have a plan, and you're not worried. You're not stressing about it ever. It's just something that if it happens, this is what we do. Yeah, it's going to suck, but we already have a plan for it. All right, guys, I've talked a lot. It's a Monday night. I need to get some sleep. Let me know your thoughts on this recent change of keeping it loaded and actually being diligent at all times, not just 80% of the time, but actually, okay, I'm going downstairs, I'm going over here in the house, or I'm doing this in the house. I need to have my gun on me. You know, I need to have a plan. Again, not being paranoid, just being prepared, right? All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Have a good week. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average home defense, flying too close to the sun educator that your mom said that we have at home. Signing out. Cheers.